and welcome to an episode on Make Your Data Sparkle with Proficient and Salesforce. I'm Samantha Ziegel, Solutions Architect. Here with me today, I have Saloni Kadu. Welcome, Saloni.
Hello, how are you?
Hey, thanks for joining me. Saloni is a technical consultant out of our Nagpur consulting office in India, and she recently helped us with an effort on connecting Einstein Studio to OpenAI through Azure. So today she's going to walk us through the simple steps on making that connection live. Fun fact is that this is the first time Saloni made this connection working with Einstein Studio, so it's super simple to set up. Salesforce has all of the help guides available online, and you'll see how easy it is to get connected with OpenAI. So Saloni, I'll have you walk us through the steps.
Sure. So what we have to do is we have to just go to the Einstein Studio and we have to click on the foundation model. What we have to do first is we have to create one foundation model. So you see this add foundation model. So we just click on that. We see a model builder. So here we have to connect it with the Azure OpenAI model. So just select that connect OpenAI or Azure model and click on the next. Here we have to fill in all these details, for example, the name, the URL and these keys. So where can we get this information? We will get in the Azure. So we have to go to the Azure portal, and I'm using this OpenAI test COG services East to OpenAI. So from here, I'm getting these keys and the endpoints. So we have to just click on the endpoint. We just have to copy the endpoint from here, and we have to just simply paste it in the URL. And we have to give a name, for example, Salesforce endpoint test 1. Okay. Then we have to use a key, which I'll be pasting it here. We have to select the model. For example, we are selecting a model, Azure OpenAI GPT 3.5. And we have to give the deployment name of it. So it is suggesting me to give the GPT-4. So I'm just giving it simply, and we'll just hit the connect. So these are all the information that we have filled in. Now we have to go to our Einstein Studio and to see what we have created. Foundation models. So this is the one that we have created. Click on that and you'll be able to see a configure new model. If you click on that, it will give us a prompt, and you can ask any question to this. For example, suggest some good books to read. Hit the generate. So it is suggesting us some good books to read. So that's how we have connected our OpenAI with Azure.
Thanks, Saloni, for walking us through how simple it is to connect your Einstein Studio and Data Cloud instance with Azure OpenAI. There's an incredible power behind making this connection. There's so many different use cases you can think about when hooking up to a large language model to your Data Cloud and therefore Salesforce instance. The prompt that Saloni put in here just gives us an idea of how we can leverage these large language models. But there's a few considerations to think about when you're configuring your model and doing some testing. I'll just cover a few here, and some more considerations will be covered in a future episode. But for starters, when you're selecting your model, so when Saloni went in to configure her model, she selected the 3.5 GPT model version. You will want to do different testing based on your prompt and use case for each model. So if you're not getting a specific enough response for the prompt and use case that you're trying to tackle in your org, then you might want to work with different versions. Different versions of the model might use different volumes of tokens, and the responses might be more specific or less specific. So a fair amount of testing should go into working with the model and configuring it before you activate it in your org. Many organizations are executing on pilot programs before you launch this into the production instance of your org. So work with your change management teams and your leadership team to understand the use cases first and foremost on how you're wanting to leverage this connection, whether it's summarizing account information on a record, contact records, activities, or even gathering information about your customers or news on the web. You want to make sure you have your use cases down pat first. You understand the risk of using LLMs for those specific use cases, and you do some fair amount of testing. And then when you evaluated the different models, which model you're going to use for a specific use case, then you want to do some planning for pilot programs. Thank you, Saloni, for walking us through this incredibly powerful capability. Looking forward to talking with you soon.
Yeah, thank you so much.
Watch for a future episode on more details to make your data sparkle with Proficient in Salesforce. Thanks for joining us.